pointed out to us. We sometimes even needed to wade or even swim across tidal rivers to get to where we were heading. It was the freedom to explore and the confidence that he gave us that allowed us to grow into such independent and adventurous people, knowing that he would always help us build a new toy or fix whatever we needed fixed. We used to even leave our fishing rods in the shed with a little note on them, asking him to please untangle the hundreds of feet of fishing line still left on the spools. He was the type of grandfather who would wake up early and take us fishing or teach us how to shoot and handle firearms safely. He managed to help mold us into the individuals we are today. Grampy gave us all unconditional love and support no matter where our passions lied. Some of my personal favorite memories with my grandfather are just about spending time with him in his workshop here at Melwood or down at the cottage out in the shed. He taught me so many valuable life lessons, like how to care for and maintain boats, engines, and vehicles, and many other pieces of equipment. He was extremely mechanically inclined, and one thing he did teach me was that there's often many different ways to get something done. For instance, just look at the way he used to tie his shoes. Definitely not what you would consider a conventional bow, but it certainly did the trick. He also seemed to be busy doing something, always, but still managed to make time for the people around him. He loved to tinker with things and never seemed to sit still. Even at the age of 87, we have pictures of him out in the driveway helping Dad and Uncle Kirk split firewood, wearing the infamous red sweater. He started donating blood when he was in university because he had a rare blood type. He was such a huge influence in the curling community, especially at the Mayflower Curling Club. He traveled and rode motorcycles all over the place and had an amazing career. He was so many things, and we are so blessed that we got to call him our Grampy. We will love him forever and carry him with us for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for those memories from the grandchildren. I just, before we hear a ministry of music, I just want to share that when I would come and see Bill, we would always end our visit by the door, and he'd want to remind me every time about the picture that had been painted by his brother-in-law, and he would tell me that his grandson was going to put that on a tattoo on his arm. And it's there, isn't it? Yeah. And he'd say, "Can you believe it?" And I'd say, "Wow, Bill, there aren't many grandfathers who have a grandchild who want to put their picture on their arm. That's pretty amazing." So thank you, Ben. And now we'll hear a ministry of music.
Able to speak the languages of men and even of angels. But if I have no love, my speech is no more than a noisy gong or a clanging bell. I may have the gift of inspired preaching. I may have the knowledge and understand all secrets. I may have all the faith needed to move mountains. But if I have no love, I am nothing. I may give away everything I have, and even give up my body to be burned. But if I have no love, this does me no good. Love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill-mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with truth. Love never gives up, and its faith, hope, and patience never fail. Love is eternal. There are inspired messages, but they are temporary. There are gifts of speaking in strange tongues, but they will cease. There is knowledge, but it will pass. For our gifts of knowledge and of inspired messages are only partial. But when what is perfect comes, then what is partial will disappear. When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I am a man, I have no more use for childish ways. What we see now is like a dim image in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. What I know now is only partial. Then it will be complete as God's knowledge of me. Meanwhile, these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love.
John 14, 1-3. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. My Father's house has plenty of room. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you may also be where I am.